What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So today we're going to take you a little bit behind the scenes of feeding the entire croc property. So we're not going to feed everything, but we're going to show you a lot. If we fed everything, it'd probably take, what, a 40-minute video, if not an hour for a video and everything. So it's going to be little clips throughout the day. So we'll show you kind of the process.
Right now we're keeping it on Jack because he's trying to steal my rats. And even though this may last him 5 years, this lasts me 5 days.
Oh boy. So he's got a freezer right here full of rodents, and then if you come over here, we have another one. So obviously with big crocs like this, they go through a lot of food. So we'll show you kind of this process and what we do to feed them on a weekly basis.
So we moved the jumbo rats out in the sun. So now we're gonna dump them out, let them thaw for a couple hours, and then we'll feed them. I usually like to keep them pretty cool inside so they don't get all bloody and whatnot, but at least thawed enough for them to be okay to eat for the animals. So this is one of 2 loads for the jumbo rats, and then we'll have the large rats, medium rats, small rats, and even mice. So there's a lot more than this that goes into the feeding. Rats and chickens.
Different sizes?
Chicks. Yep, so you got medium. Well, these are small rats.
And why are you leaving them in the bag instead of taking them out like the other ones?
Because they thaw a lot quicker. So if you put them outside, obviously the big rats take a lot longer to thaw just because of the mass to them. Whereas the small rats and the chicks thaw a lot quicker, so they'll be super bloody by the time they're ready to feed. So if I keep them in the bag, they thaw about the same timeline as the large or jumbo rats. So, and then I like to mix up too with medium chickens. So I usually give 1 to 2 medium chickens to each crocodile when I give them, you know, the regular amount of rats, whether it be 5 rats, 10 rats for the giant crocs. But the big salty's getting too big where he doesn't even mess with the rats. But they're like chicken nuggets to him, so he'll still take them every once in a while. So right now it's warm, even for being January down here. So I'm actually doing a regular feeding for the summer. Well, not completely, but a big feeding for the winter. We do have a cold front coming next week, so I won't be feeding for at least next week, if not the following week, depending on how cold it is, how long the duration is. But it's all depending on weather in the winter. In the summer, we feed every single week like clockwork, except for the little guys. The little guys eat usually 2 to 3 times a week. So from what I've seen is the chickens seem to take a lot longer to thaw than even the rats. I don't know if it's just how well the feathers insulate the animal, but that's what I'm guessing. So it is pretty interesting with the chickens, how much longer they do take to thaw. But I guess this will be a good test as apples to apples comparison between the rats and the chickens. About the same size, same temperature, same duration outside, and we'll come back in a couple hours and see.
All right, guys, so we're gonna let everything thaw out now, and the next time we pick up the camera, all this is gonna be thawed out and we'll start the feeding. Well, I thought the next time I was gonna pick up the camera was when the rodents were thawed out, but I forgot Jack's actually feeding the tortoises. So we're gonna do a little walk with him and see what he does to feed them. All right, so right now we have some romaine lettuce. We're gonna throw a couple heads into each enclosure for these guys to eat. And you can actually see the Burmese mountain tortoise running over. So they are definitely excited to get some food. And you got the one there, another one running in over here, and then a third coming right up. Yeah, we're gonna throw some heads of lettuce in there. And now I actually caught Jack out here a little late, 'cause I was dealing with the rodents, wasn't really paying attention to the tortoises. We got some heads of lettuce in with the Alligator tortoise, that is Crush. And then we've also got some in with the larger Burmese mountain tortoises. And then we have the enclosure over here with the redfoots and the sulcata that already got some food as well. We're just throwing some papayas in there. Now look at that. To be honest with you, I kind of want to eat one, but they're gonna have those today. And then, so now, next time I pick up the camera, the rodents are gonna be thawed out and we're gonna be feeding the crocodiles. So I'll be back in a second. The smaller stuff is thawed out pretty nicely, so we're gonna take that first and we're gonna feed some of the smaller crocodiles, and then we're gonna come back, grab the rats, and feed some larger ones.
We are feeding the 3-year-old Nile crocodiles, and it's all about getting in as much food as possible, as quick as possible, because there are 14 in here, and every single one of them is hungrier than the next. So just gotta keep up with the many mouths to feed. They're doing absolutely amazing in this new setup, and I think that it's because these guys are actually swimming more, a lot more active in this enclosure. It's a deeper enclosure, and they'll actually be going into a new enclosure in the next 6 months that's even deeper than this one. So I'm looking forward to that as well, and seeing their growth rate exponentially.
All right, so the baby Niles are fed here, so we're gonna go on to the next animals that we got to feed tonight. All right, so what we have here are the adult pair of Australian saltwater crocodiles. Now this male is massive. He's about 15 feet long, and as we can see, we're passing him a bunch of adult rats.
So now that we have fed the salties, and as you can see, they have a lot more to find, but it's good enrichment. Let's see if he finds them actually. Isn't that amazing? Well, I guess the next one's, what are we feeding, Jack? Where are you going?
I'm going to distract him since we have 12.
12 in here?
Yeah.
12 Orinoco's.
Yeah.
So we got 8 more, apparently, since I've been gone to the Bahamas. Can't find them though. So I guess we're feeding. What?
Feeding them?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Launch them. All right, so as you guys seen before, I usually love going in with these guys, but the sun's going down quick. Still got a lot of crocodiles to feed, so we're just gonna feed these guys relatively easy today. So I'm just throw it into her and let her chow it down, and we'll continue on our feeding. So again, since we're on such a time crunch, I just want to get the rats to this guy. There he goes. Got it.
And he'll track him down. So as Kyle's throwing him in there, he's kind of making a game for it, some enrichment. He's gonna search around for it, he's gonna run, it's gonna be good for him.
I do that a lot. I mean, if they're heavier already and I just want a little bit of enrichment anyway, I'll just scatter the rats to the enclosure and they'll sniff them out and find them.
All right, so the Niles just got a little bit of food there. So now we're gonna feed another Australian saltwater crocodile. This is actually the golden, or like the hypo. So it's a really pretty yellow saltwater. So we're gonna check him out right now. And Jack's got a handful of rats that he's gonna be feeding.
This guy's name's Michael Jackson. He's a beast.
So Michael Jackson's gonna find those 2 extra rats in there. So now we're gonna go over to one of the channel favorites, Chubbs, the American alligator. Now he already knows the deal. He's up by the fence. He's ready for some rats.
What do you want from me?
They want to see you, Kyle. They want to see you. And Chubbs is actually, he's following me if you can see him. He knows the rats are coming here. So he's gonna run up to where the gate opens because that's the easiest place for him just to drop some rats in.
Come on, Bubba.
The Chubb's getting a little full here, so we're gonna go feed some of the other crocodiles here that are actually in their temporary enclosures. And what we have over here are an adult trio of beautiful Nile crocodiles. We got the male in here. They can actually see him. Said the male Nile's in here. Now the enclosure next to him are his two girlfriends that once they get moved over to, these go to the new place, right?
Yeah.
So once these get moved over to the new place, the three of them are gonna be together and they're gonna produce some amazing looking babies.
We're actually gonna have to get in there soon. You notice they moved all this in the past 2 days, this dirt. So now they practically don't really have much of a pond. So we're gonna have to get in there and make them a new pond very soon.
What do we got here, Kyle?
American crocodile.
All right, so we got an American crocodile in here. And
Yep.
she is right there.
She's about a 7-foot female. I got her when she was about 5 foot, so she's definitely put some size on her. And I'm hoping to have these guys in 35 by 50 foot enclosures in the next couple months.
Now, as we said earlier, for a lot of these guys, we'll throw extra rats in there just throughout the enclosures. A little bit of enrichment. They can kind of search it down and find their own food, which is really nice for kind of keeping them stimulated.
It's a lot of enrichment.
So it's a lot of enrichment. So we got another American crocodile right here.
Yep. These guys were once kept together, but that one has just grown so much faster. And I think it was just due to competition. Because this one, believe it or not, I picked up with one hand when I got it 2 years ago. So she has gotten a lot bigger as well. So easy when they're eating jumbo rats, because again, the vast majority of the crocodiles here are on jumbo rats. So it's nice when they get about that 6 foot range that they can easily chow down the same size rats as the big crocs.
And then so you got the two Americans out here and then the one in the greenhouse. So are these both female for sure?
I'm pretty sure I sexed both of them. But obviously when we do move every animal, we will sex them just to be 100% sure, because that could be huge.
Especially if that one in there's a male. That'd be insane.
Yeah.
So here we got a Morlet's crocodile. And now is this the female, the one you swam with before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got the female out here and then you got the male in the greenhouse.
Yes.
So awesome. So are you eventually gonna pair these ones up?
No.
No?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I mean, that's the plan. Obviously, I really want to get more data on the animals here.
Okay.
Especially if we're getting hands-on and moving a lot of these animals, it would be nice.
Now, like we were saying, all the ones that are behind me here, so the 2 Americans, the Morlets, and the 3 Niles, these are all temporary enclosures, and their new enclosures are gonna be amazing. They're gonna be built here in probably about 2 months, and then they'll be moved up into those. So let's check out actually one of the only lizards Kyle has, which is a 6-foot Asian water monitor. And this guy is so brightly yellow, it's amazing. They're just like little velociraptors. And I mean, a 6-foot monitor is pretty much like a velociraptor.
Oh yeah. I'm excited because I'd love to branch out into more monitor species, like the crocodile monitors. I like the black throats as well.
And you like the lace monitors too, right?
Yes, yes. But again, I'm not gonna get something if there's no real purpose to it other than just having it as a novelty, you know? But also I'd love to try to get into Komodo dragons as well.
Now, what's the likelihood of actually getting the Komodo dragon?
Well,
I mean, they're a monitor, but they're also one of those like iconic monitors that everybody looks at and like thinks there's no way to get one of those.
Well, that's the thing is, before I got all this, when I was a little kid in Pennsylvania, Cuban. I thought there was no way in hell I'd have a saltwater crocodile, and now we have 8 here.
Yeah.
So once you get into some of these communities, like the zoo community, it opens so many doors to having these amazing, incredible animals. When something was once thought as impossible to get, is much more possible based on, you know, the area we have here too is, you know, we can give them so much larger space than a lot of facilities can, and we're blessed enough to have this much room to work with these animals.
So what you're telling me, 2020, maybe a Komodo in the works?
I don't know about 2020.
I want to put it out there, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
We will work on it in 2020.
Right,
I can't
awesome.
guarantee that we'll have one in 2020 though.
All right, guys, so it looks like we'll be feeding the last of the crocodilians outside, which are gonna be my favorite, the Cuban crocodiles, which are absolutely crazy. So as you can see, the Cubans are extremely athletic, and as you were just saying, they're pretty unpredictable. They'll just sit there and then all of a sudden springboard up.
Yeah, it's not like the alligators where the alligators will kind of focus on it and then work up. Well, these guys will just like, they're just like a little spring. There we go, there we go. Focus on it, and that's a funny thing, they focus. There we go. Success.
So what's it like keeping these guys?
Always got to stay on your toes. These guys are absolutely beautiful, but again, they demand so much respect with their capabilities compared to other regular crocodiles, just because they're faster, they're more agile, they're sneakier. I mean, everything about them is designed to be so much more almost efficient than regular crocodiles, it seems.
But they are absolutely beautiful. Look at the yellows on that one. Oh, there we go.
Isn't that crazy? Did you see that, how she almost came up and hung there for a little bit? It's not like it's just boom. They kind of hang there.
Yeah, she propped herself up with her back legs and her tail.
Come here, girl. Come here. Yes. This is why I love this design, this half cage, that has half gate design, just so then you have that safety where you can get back. It's still 4 foot high. You can easily get over it. Well, I can easily get over it and get in and get out. But again, it's very easy to work with this animal safely. Let's fix Jack's screw up here.
From the munchkin.
Munchkin, where's Munchkin? There she is. One down, 2 to go.
Like we've said in other videos, there's 3 females in here, 1 over there, and then another female that Jack's actually feeding right now, right here.
Watch her. She'll gallop.
We're about to run out of daylight. We're gonna go over and see if we can see the Siamese crocodiles. We're gonna try to feed them. Hopefully we'll be able to see them.
Don't
and
believe
then you'll
Jack.
be able to.
We will be able to see them.
All right, so Jack's betting on that we're not gonna see him. Kyle's saying that we are. Now, for your guys' sake, hopefully Kyle's right.
I'm never right though.
This is very true.
I'm never right. These guys always make me a liar.
So it looks like Kyle's actually right. We're gonna be able to see the Siamese here that's running up behind me. Hopefully we'll get her out here in the open.
Yeah, we'll get her out. Ready?
Yeah.
So funny thing about the Siamese crocodile and the Cuban crocodile as well, they're very hard to find males in captivity. So it's very hard to have successful breeding programs, even start breeding programs due to that. And I don't know why that is. I mean, it could be simply that a lot of the people produced these animals way back in the day just decided to incubate for female. And a lot of times people do that is because it kind of cuts down on competition, because if you don't have males, then others can't reproduce them. So I think that has something to do with it. But it's unfortunate because, again, there's very little you can do as far as a insurance colony and a breeding program in captivity due to that.
All right, guys, so we're officially running out of daylight here, and we're actually gonna do the greenhouse another day.
Yes.
We ran out of time a little bit, so we will do that video for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a blast with the Cuban crocodiles. That was the first time
Yeah.
really getting to do that with them in a long time. Again, it's usually just feeding. It was nice to kind of slow down a little bit here and there, pretty much showcase what they're all about. So I had a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well.
No, definitely. And then if you like today's video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, we've been seeing a lot of the comment sections of people like kind of saying what they like to see. So on the YouTube comment boards, that's usually me messaging back. Sometimes the comments get just overlooked because right now we've been getting a lot of comments in. So if you want to have input on kind of videos, a specific species you want to see in the video for us to highlight, go ahead, follow us on Instagram, shoot us a message there. It's much easier for us to check that out and get back to you. So besides that, we'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.
Bye.